The Mystara project is proud to present Part 31 of the Creatures of Mystara series. In this video, we take a look at bears, namely of the black, grizzly, polar and cave varieties. Bears were introduced in the 1981 Basic Rulebook, on page 31. The thick hide of the cave bear gives it an armor class the equivalent of chain mail. Black and polar bear's armor class is the equivalent of scale mail. Grizzlies are the easiest to hit, with the equivalent of just a shield. All bears are treated as larger than man-sized due to their bulk, noting that the black bear only stands 6 foot tall, with an average of 18 hit points. Grizzlies stand about 9 feet tall, averaging 22.5 hit points. Polar bears stand about 11 foot tall, averaging 27 hit points. Finally, cave bears stand about 15 feet tall, averaging 31.5 hit points. They all move at the same rate as an unencumbered human. Perhaps polar bears can swim at 1/3 their land rate. They attack with 2 claws and a bite. If both claws hit the same target in the same round, they hug the victim, doing an additional 2 to 16 damage. The victim is released at the end of the round. It is not a continuous damage attack. Claw damage ranges from 1 to 3 for black bears, up to 2 to 8 for cave bears. Bite damage ranges from 1 to 6 for black bears, up to 2 to 12 for cave bears. Curiously, the hug damage does not scale with bear size. Bears are normally solitary, but can be encountered with a mate and/or cubs. As animals, they have 2 intelligence, are neutrally aligned, and save as fighters of half their hit dice rounded up, except for grizzlies, who save as 4th level fighters. Black bears have disinterested morale, not usually attacking unless cornered. They fight to the death if defending cubs. Grizzlies have determined morale, fleeing only about 22% of the time. Polar bears have normal morale, fleeing about 44% of the time. Cave bears have determined morale, fleeing about 33% of the time. Bears are assigned individual treasure types, usually possessions of their victims, outside their lairs. This carried treasure could be made available by the bear carrying a victim, or a backpack that was entangled on them, and being dragged along. Cave bears have a 5 to 10% chance of owning all treasure types, except copper pieces. The other bears have a 2 to 10% chance of having all treasure types, except electrum and platinum pieces. Black bears are omnivores, preferring roots and berries. They have been known to raid camps for fresh fish and sweets. Even though black bears have thick hides, they are susceptible to giant bee sting poison. Grizzlies, and other brown bears, mainly eat meat, and are more likely to attack than black bears. Polar bears eat fish and seals. They are very likely to attack, as food is scarce. Cave bears prefer fresh red meat, and follow blood trails when hungry. So adventurers that don't bandage their wounds could be stalked. They have poor eyesight, but an excellent sense of smell. They are considered to have 18 strength, as per the Ura power rune of Odin. Hibernation varies with species and climate, ranging from a few weeks to 8 months. Polar bears don't hibernate. Due to their large amounts of body fat, bears are immune to tabby poison. Bears have been common on Mystara for at least 5 millennia. Around 4000 BC, the common room walls of Blackmore's Comeback Inn contained many mounted bear heads, taken as trophies by hunters. The FSS Beagle crashed spaceship had enviopods around 4000 BC, separately containing 4 grizzlies, 4 polar bears, and 2 cave bears. After the Great Rain of Fire in BC 3000, bears no longer roamed the steppe of northwest Brune. Black and grizzly bears are common animals, well known to adventurers. Polar bears are rare, as they are restricted to the Arctic and Antarctic regions. Cave bears are very rare, found with stone giants and in lost world areas on the outer world. Black bears are mainly found in lowland forests. Grizzlies inhabit forested hills and mountains, in most climates. In the southeast Brune region, 1 to 4 grizzly bears can be encountered, on average, every 2,400 miles in hills, and every 2,160 miles in mountains. Bears can be found all over the Grand Duchy of Karamikos. Black bears are found throughout the woods of Arkelos, River Fork and Radleb, and the Dimrak forest. 2 grizzly bears can be encountered, on average, every 168 miles traveled east of Kelvin. Fane Flynn, the fallen knight of Penhaligon, traps bears in the Vufold Hills, and feeds the meat to his griffon, Ariak. Solitary black bears may be encountered in the Vufold Hills, near the confluence of the High Reach and Castellan rivers, every 12 days on average. A black bear wandered into the palace of the Silver Princess, in the hidden valley of Haven, north of the Lake of Lost Dreams. It has been unable to escape, due to the deadly red mist surrounding the palace. It won't attack if it is fed. There is a black bear in the Great Hall of the dungeon under Mount Dread. It will not attack those that don't come too close. The necromancer Kordak tries to convince others to slay the bear, so he can establish his headquarters in the dungeon. A grizzly has made its den in one of the caves of Wormhaven, in the Riverfork Woods. It charges any who enter its cave, but will not leave its den to pursue. The Festival of Lucca in Specularum features dancing bears. While its owner gets drunk in a tavern, a dancing black bear rampages through the streets of Threshold, and into a bakery. The owner demands 500 gold royals compensation if it is slain. The ferrywoman, Misha, has a pet cave bear, about 27 miles east of Kelvin, on the High Reach River. She often takes it hunting. Misha and her bear are attacked one night by vampire bats. The bear runs into the woods, but Misha drowns in the river. The wounded bear returns to the ferry area, searching for Misha, and attacks passers-by. Grubble and Bergin are grizzly bear cousins of the Arkelos Woods. The druid, Dathrin Silverthrush, and Grubble attempt to stop an adventuring party trying to find the Tree of Saldis. The adventurer's wizard disintegrates Grubble. Bergin answers the Actean Ceridus's summons and attacks the adventurer's cleric. Bergin gets battered by the cleric's mace, but manages to hug and kill his opponent. Bear and other hunting trophies adorn the walls of the Vandavixni Manor, in southwestern Karamikos. The ogre in the Caves of Chaos, east of Castellan Keep, wears a thick bearskin hide, and sleeps on a second bear hide. The Erendian ambassador in Specularum, Gunther Schönberg, wears a bearskin cloak, that he took as a trophy, from an accidental encounter with a wounded bear. The mercenary, Braddock Briarblood, living in the Vufold Hills, wears bearhide boots. Adventurers heading into the hills of Glantry are warned to beware of bears in spring. White bears are commonly found in the Glantrian Alps and Colossus Mountains. Bears thrive on the slopes and valleys of Mondir, in the Vendarian Ranges. In the Lost Axe Woods, near the Wizard's Road in southeastern Glantry, 1 to 4 black bears are encountered every 20 hours on average. 1 to 4 grizzlies are encountered at half that frequency. 1 to 4 grizzly bears can be encountered in the indoor forest of Château d'Ambreville, on average every 8 hours off the path and half that frequency on it. A grizzly bear can be encountered every 6 days, on average, in the Emelas region of northern Alfheim. Black bears are found throughout wooded mountain areas of the Kingdom of Dengar. Around 500 AC, Prince Corin Bearslayer of Dengar was a companion of the Dragon Lord. Brown bears are commonly found throughout the Mackress Mountains and the Hardanger Range of the northern reaches. Brown bears are also found in the coniferous forests of the Yaldums. They are also found in the deep forests of Vestland. Grizzly bears are encountered every 18 days, on average, in the hills of Vestland, near Runa. Brown bears are found throughout the northern reaches near settled areas. The trophy room in Seaforth Tower, in northern Vestland, contains a bear head. The people of the northern reaches admire the toughness of bears, and often use them in their nicknames, like the founder of Oostland, King Knut Bearchest, and the Brand Bearheart, the leader of the Jarl of Vastagard's personal guard at Rolag. Brown bears are found in Oostland. Black bears are found in all the woodlands of the 5 shires. Grizzly bears are found in the Black Spires and their foothills. In the Broken Lands, cave bears are hunted for food in the caverns of Lower Hobgoblin. The Orcish Wicker of the Fat Lips tribe of the Broken Lands has a pet cave bear. The Canis erectus hilaris breed of gnolls in South Nolistan often wear bear skins. In winter, warriors of Thar's Legion wear bear skins for warmth. The floor of the deceased bugbear chief Heltu's room in the abandoned fort boast of Upper Bugberbia is completely covered by polar bear rugs. Most likely the chief acquired the rugs by raiding a merchant caravan. Bears are found throughout the mountains of Darakin, comprising the Amsarax, Silver Sierras, Dwarf Gates, the Steech, and Alton Tepes. Solitary grizzlies are encountered, on average, every 9 days in the misty hills of the Aucklands region. A black bear has been trained by the bandit cleric Bearfang in the abandoned dwarven stronghold of Thunderdelve, possibly located near the source of the Helek River in southern Darrakin. Bearfang uses a bear claw necklace to command the bear. Bears are sometimes used as pack animals by merchants and others in Darrakin, possibly carrying up to 2,500 coin at full speed, and up to 5,000 coin at half speed. However, they can be violent and unpredictable, and some settlements may not permit them to enter. Bears are common on the Sea of Grass. Ethengarian shamans with a bear spirit guide get +1 to their constitution and wrestling skill. Bears are also common in the eastern portion of the Dimrak forest, on Thyatis's side of the border, where they have good relations with the Vialia elves. Bears feature in Colosseum fights. For the Thyatian Millennium celebration, a black bear is scheduled to fight a white ape in the Thyatis City Colosseum. After the bear and ape fight, a cave bear kept in the cells under the Colosseum is slipped a potion that allows an Alphatian agent to control it, among other beasts. The Alphatian agent then causes the bear and other beasts to attack Emperor Thinkol, who is in attendance in his imperial box. Bears are commonly found in the forests of the Shadow Coast, in Provincia Septentriona, on the southwestern Isle of Dawn. In Norvold, bears are found on the Alphen Peninsula. 1 to 4 grizzly bears can be encountered every 19 days, on average, in the vicinity of Sabre River in Norvold. 25% of these bears will have drunk from the river, and be charmed and under control of the seer. A solitary grizzly, rooting at a rotting log, can be encountered every 20 miles traveled, on average, in the raging river valley of Norvold. A grizzly mother and her cub inhabit a cave, north of the elven village of Tarrelin. Whilst the mother is out hunting, the cub gets a cactus thorn in its paw. A grizzly can be encountered on the Devil's Stairway, southwest of Tarrelin. 1 to 4 grizzlies can be encountered every 20 days, on average, in the Elfswood, in Norvold. A pair of cave bears can be encountered in the tundra north of Norvold's Great Bay, every 5 days on average. 2 cave bears can also be encountered in the mountains of Norvold, every fortnight, on average. The White Bear River flows from the Icereach Range, through the halfling shire of Lehar, and into the Great Bay of Norvold. The name suggests either albinos in the region, or polar bears following the ice in winter. On the continent of Alphatia, bears inhabit the southern Kerethar Mountains, in the kingdom of Stoutfellow. Bears inhabit the aerial islands of the Alphatian kingdom of Floating Ar. They can be found in the coastal forests of the Esterhold Peninsula. The Hunacoy stone giants of Kenneton, in the Aurora River Valley of Thoshar, of the southeastern Isle of Dawn, have at least 2 cave bear pets. On average, once every 5 days of travel along the Aurora River, an encounter with 2 to 8 Hunacoy hunters, and 2 to 8 cave bears will occur. Bears are found in the territories of the Children of the Bear, and of the Elk, on the eastern Atruagin Plateau. Children of the Bear decorate their clothes with bear teeth and hide accoutrements. Clerics of the immortal Hertani Stoneclaw wear bear claw pendant holy symbols. Children of the Elk use bear fat to style their hair. 3 to 18 polar bears are kept as pets, in 20% of frost giant caves of Frosthaven. Bears can be found in the Heldanic territories. On the southern Isle of Dread, and on the smaller islands to the southwest, 1 to 4 cave bears can be encountered about once every 24 days, assuming travel through mainly jungle, mountains, or swamp. 2 cave bears can be encountered every 8.5 days, or 102 miles traveled, on the central plateau of the Isle of Dread. 1 to 2 grizzlies can be encountered every 5 days, on average, in the Kevar Hills of eastern Vendar. Grizzlies are also found in Denegoth, particularly in the Mengull Mountains, where they can be encountered every 25 days, on average. If using the orange version of B3, the ruins of the Palace of the Silver Princess on the plateau west of Glantry contains a cave on the entrance level with a chained cave bear cub with 3 hit dice. Its mother is out hunting, with a 1% chance per turn of returning, so 16 hours and 40 minutes on average. The bear cub could be taken, but would be too wild and costly to keep as a pet. It could be sold for 200 to 400 GP, or could be partially tamed by an animal trainer, over a 1 to 6 month period, costing 200 to 700 GP. A solitary cave bear, perhaps the mother, can be encountered on the entrance level of the Palace of the Silver Princess, every 12 hours on average. In the Great Waste region, a grizzly is a pet of a Bahoot, in a shrine room of the Evil Abbey, in the northeastern Black Mountain foothills. Bears are found in the Black Mountains. On average, every 240 miles traveled through the caves and tunnels of the Great Pass, a stone giant with 1 to 3 cave bears will be encountered. 1 to 2 black bears can be encountered every 66 days, on average, in the non-urban regions of Hule. Bears are found in the forest of Niwelm, in western Hule. In times of need, a ghostly knight with antlers can blow a horn in Rob Wren to summon woodland creatures, including bears, to defend the forest. Bears are likely to inhabit Eustria on the central Savage Coast, as the coat of arms of the county of Harstel features a bear. It symbolizes ruggedness, associated with high constitution. Small bears, possibly sun bears, inhabit the forests of Jibaru, on the Orcs Head Peninsula. Bears can be found in the northern forests and foothills of Namua, on Orcs Head Peninsula. Bears inhabit the Ethrun Plateau of the Kingdom of Ariel, in the Immortals Arm region. Polar bears roam the Arctic Circle. This includes Hyboria, Northern Brune, Northern Borea, Norvold north of the Landsplit River, Frosthaven, the White Sea, Thonian Marches, the Northern Sea of Brune, the Nentzen Peninsula, Oral Island, and the Nentzen Channel. Unlike Earth, polar bears are also found in the Antarctic. They may roam the whole Antarctic Circle, but were encountered in AC 965, by Haldemar of Harken, in the area south of the ice peaks, and in the Darklands Antimagic Zone of the South Polar Opening. Moorcroft's office, in the Tower of Light, in the Sylvan Realm of Northwest Brune, is mostly covered by thick bear fur. In the Hollow World, black bears are found in forests, jungles, and hills. Hollow World grizzlies are found in the same terrains as black bears, plus mountains. Hollow World polar bears are found in the Arctic region, including the Antalian wastes. They also roam the Beastman wastes. Beastmen wear polar bear fur parkas. Polar bear skin clothing is seen as a show of prowess. They have contests of who can kill a polar bear the fastest. Beastmen who single-handedly slay polar bears are revered as heroes. Like Okrobok Bearcrusher, who killed a polar bear in his youth. Black and grizzly bears are found in the northern temperate forests of the Azcan Empire. Spectacled bears roam the Aztlan mountain foothills in the Colima region, avoiding humans and other sentients. The local stone carver culture carves statues of them. Cave bears are found throughout the Brute Men territories. Sometimes when Brute Men need to relocate due to food shortages, they have to defeat a bear to settle a new cave. The Brute Men's Fang Cave, south of the Uzurun ruins, features a cave mouth embedded with the jaws of cave bears and saber-toothed tigers. Bears are found in the territories of the Icevale Elves. They are also found in the mountains of the Kogolor dwarfs. Bears are found throughout the Mylenian Empire. 2 black bears led by a werebear are trying to steal honey from 8 giant bees and their queen, in a sacred cave of Halav, east of Korissa. Cave bears are found in the Neether lands. They are found on the heavily forested lower slopes of the western Worldspine mountain range, in the territory of the Shatanalfan. Sloth bears are found in the Decania Desert on the island of Shahjarpur, in the Anathi archipelago. Bears are found in the far western Worldspine mountains, in the Tralda kingdoms. In the unplaced Thunder Rift setting, bears are infrequently encountered in the Farolas and Burning Hills. 1 to 2 black bears can be encountered in Raven's Ruin in the Burning Hills every 16 hours on average. A grizzly can be encountered in the cavern complex of the Red Hand Goblins, in the Burning Hills, just east of the Drake River. The goblins have used debris to try to block the bear from their section of the caverns. The bear is in the cave 20% of the time during the day, and 45% at night. Other creatures associated with bears include werebears. These lycanthropes sometimes live with bears. They may summon any type of bear in the local area, except cave bears, at first level. This power grows as they gain experience, noting 36th level werebears can summon 8 to 80 bears. At 0 level they can summon 1 to 2 who arrive in 1 to 4 rounds if close, or 1 to 4 turns if not. There are very few were-polar bears. The immortal Koryis was once a mortal werebear on the world of Old Alphatia, able to shapeshift at will. He sometimes appears to followers as a large bear. Some sages speculate that owl bears could be the product of magical crossbreeding of brown bears and giant owls. Bugbears evolved from bear-like beast men. Hyborian bugbears wear polar bear skins. As we have seen, bears are a common animal of Mystara. They can appear as pets. 20% of frost giants' lairs have 3 to 18 polar bears. 50% of stone giant lairs have 1 to 4 cave bears. Actaeons can summon 1 to 6 bears per day. They arrive in 1 to 4 turns. If other woodland creatures are present, there is a 16% chance a bear will be summoned. Bears within 5 miles of an elven stronghold usually have been befriended by their pointy-eared neighbors. In return for the elves' help and protection, they warn the elves of strangers and other news, and can deliver messages to nearby places. Druids are also known to have friendly relations with bears, aided by their spells. Some Traladeran families have expertise in training bears to respond to musical cues, to entertain crowds. Trained bears also feature in circuses. Bahoots, orcs, and other sentient creatures are known to have bear pets. It is noted that bears are explicitly listed as unarmed combat opponents. The adventurers Owen the Powerful and Ulf the Sledge have wrestled bears and broken their backs. Wrestling a bear attacking normally is relatively easy, if the wrestler is of high enough level. However, a DM might decide that the bear starts countergrappling and the takedown stage, which might make the contest more challenging. Interestingly, bears are called out in the rules cyclopedia as explicitly being able to use their paws to strike, instead of their normal raking attack. Presumably, this could only occur with a trained bear that has had its claws taped up, probably for a staged bout for paid entertainment. If that is the case, a bear could stun and knock out opponents with its paw strikes. 3 known miscellaneous magic items can cause a bear to appear. Barding of Deceptive Travel has a 16% chance of turning a mount into a bear when the command word is spoken. The bear understands, obeys and fights for the user. A Whistle of Bear Summoning can cause a bear within 1 mile or 240 feet indoors to travel toward the whistleblower and stop 50 yards away once per day. The summoned bear is subject to usual reaction rolls. Finally, an Egg of Wonder has an 8.5% chance of hatching a black bear, and the same odds for a grizzly. It is noted that if the reincarnation spell is cast on a neutrally aligned being, it has about a 2% chance of coming back to life, as one of the normal bear types. For basic level characters, a solitary black bear may be a challenging encounter. A frontline fighter with an armor class of 2 is probably going to be hit once per round by the bear's claw or bite. Excluding a sleep spell, a first-level party could kill the bear in 2 rounds, but surprise or initiative would decide the fate of the frontline fighter. Most bear encounters give opportunities for low-level characters to throw food to distract the bear, or to back out of its territory to avoid a fight. Bears are common wandering monsters, able to challenge basic and low-level expert parties. Their lethal danger comes against lower-level characters, with weaker armor classes and hit points, where a successful double paw attack leads to a career-ending bear hug. This concludes part 31 of the Creatures of Mystara series, featuring black, grizzly, polar and cave bears.